Good y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Playbook Pod. My name's Alila. Bright's gonna be back. He got technical difficulties with the there you go, right there. He's making phone calls right now. But welcome back to another episode of the Playbook Pod. Been a minute, but it's AFC Championship weekend. We saw a bunch of great games in these playoffs so far in NFL. That's what we're gonna start off with.
Hello?
Excuse me, kid.
Hello, I'm getting a call.
Getting a call?
They're saying the Patriots are back.
The back?
They're saying the Patriots are back.
Oh man,
They're saying the New England Patriots are back.
they're back.
I don't know. I gotta hang up. I gotta record.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Sorry. I got distracted. I got a call saying that my New England Patriots are back.
Mm.
It feels great.
So,
it feels
first
great.
game we're going to talk about.
Great.
We're going to talk about my partner here. We're talking about his Patriots winning 28-16, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. 28-16 against the Texans.
It was.
With one of the best defenses in the league, and this game was ugly, to say put it lightly. This game was extremely ugly. But I'm gonna let you talk about the game for yourself. You watched it in the full, so tell me, how do you feel about your Patriots here?
Okay, we're gonna break this down the most unbiased way possible. I was not completely happy with the win. It was a very sloppy win. The Texas defense that might be one of the greatest defensive lines I've ever seen. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. are amazing. They was getting to the quarterback with ease. Drake May was under the whole game. He was 16 for 27 with 179 yards. But he got sacked 5 times for 36 yards. But when Drake May gets a little bit of time and he can put that ball out there, he can show that he can tear these secondaries apart. 3 touchdowns. He threw the 1 interception, but he had 3 touchdowns. The secondary was supposed to be so great, and the secondary got diced up. And I realized watching that game, the Texans defense is relied on their D-line. It's not really the secondary. It's their D-line. I was watching those guys miss open tackles. I was watching those guys couldn't cover. I watched a top 5 cornerback and Derek Stingley get fried by Kayshon Boutte almost the whole game.
Kayshon Boutte, you got to break it down.
Kayshon Boutte with an amazing one-hand grab. I'm going to put it on the screen. Amazing one-hand grab. It's amazing to watch. I watched the defensive line of the Texans win them games. That's really what it is. Their D-line is so great that they can force pressure to where all their guys got to do is you can play good defense for about 3, 4, 5 seconds, maybe not even 5 seconds, and the quarterback's down. They did it to Aaron Rodgers. They rattled Aaron Rodgers, made him just get rid of the ball and make bad decisions. Drake made some bad decisions. He had 3 fumbles, but when he was able to get time to put the ball in the air, he was able to make good plays. Now, the thing about Drake in this game was that Drake is not good. Drake is not good at holding on to the ball. He cannot. When Drake gets pressured, he can panic, and he does not hold on to the ball. Ball security is what you preach to your quarterbacks. You preach that to your quarterbacks. You have to preach ball security to your quarterbacks. Drake May, it shows that his ball security is not at the highest level. It's not. It isn't at the highest level, and it's something we have to work on.
Have it out.
It's something we have to work on. Now, our defense. CJ Stroud looked like a middle school quarterback.
I mean, listen, I would like to have a conversation about CJ Stroud, but go ahead, keep talking about talk about your Patriots, man.
CJ Stroud was 20 for 47, 212 yards with 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. Out of the 4 interceptions, maybe I'd say one of them wasn't his fault.
Just one.
But the other ones just throwing the ball up in the air. Carlton Davis, who I have avidly had mixed feelings about the whole year, had 2 interceptions, 1 diving interception that had me stunned to start the game off. Our defense played great. I think we have to respect our defense. Yes, CJ Stroud isn't the best quarterback, but the pressure gets there. Our guys are out there playing good defense. And honestly, I'm happy we won the game. We're going back to the AFC Championship where we rightfully belong because we own the AFC. For about 20 years, we own the AFC. And now we're back to our spot. We're going to show on Sunday that we own the AFC once again. We own our division. The Bills suck. They had their shot. And we're gonna get to the Bills later. I'm gonna get to the Bills later. I got something to say about Josh Allen.
Definitely about Josh Allen.
But we're back. That's all I gotta say. It goes to show our defense wins championships. That's been the motto this whole playoffs. Defenses have been winning teams games, and our defense showed up. Even when Drake May didn't play that great, our defense showed up, got us the stops we needed, and won a game.
And yeah, as for these Texans, all I can say, there's not much you can do, such as in a game state, in momentum, when your quarterback throws four first half interceptions. And I would like to have a conversation about CJ Stroud. Yes, he had the great rookie year, but since then, just going to bring up a question: Is he? Do we believe C.J. Stroud is the guy to lead this Texan team to great things? Because we can talk about this defense all day. This defense may be one of the greatest defense we've seen this century. This you don't see defenses like this every year. This is a once in a lifetime defense, and they showed it. But as I said before, when and I'll put a little bit on Texans management, team management, stuff like that. But when quarterback throws four first half interceptions, you failed to build around this offense because you've built around that defense very well. D'Amico Ryans has done a great job in bringing defensive talent and coaching these guys up to the fullest extent to be to be one of the best defenses in the league, as we just saw. But as for CJ Stroud and his offense, it raises a lot of questions for the Texans going to the offseason. We haven't seen investment in the O line since CJ Stroud's rookie year. We haven't seen weapons brought in. This was the last year we saw weapons brought in for CJ Stroud, and it was Xavier Hutchinson, Tank Dell, and Jalen Noel. There was three receivers they drafted. They got Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was hurt this year, but it's a lot of questions about this offense, Texans offense. There's a lot of questions about the quarterback CJ Stroud and if he's the quarterback for the future for the Texans. And this game it kind of encapsulated that. But just as an overall standpoint, the four first half interceptions for CJ Stroud absolutely unacceptable. And yeah, Texans
Abysmal. No. Use the word
abysmal,
abysmal.
abysmal,
The four interceptions were
and
abysmal.
abysmal. And here's the thing: all CJ Stroud had to do that game was just protect the ball because we obviously seen the defense is one of the best in the league, best this century. And that failed to happen. You can't have your defense out there every drive because that's one thing the Texans did very good this year. They protected the football and they were able to have their defense sit out. And when their defense got back on the field in these where the offense have to drive down the field after a scoring drive or after something like that, it's unacceptable to have your defense out there in those type of situations and not be able to lean on them as you're really supposed to. So overall, bad game for the Texans. A lot of questions going into the offseason. And let's not forget, they started this season 0-3, not looking that great. And, the defense raised to amazing levels. So a lot of questions for the Texans going off season. Patriots move on to the AFC Championship to face the Broncos. We saw play the Bills. We saw them play the
Oh,
Bills.
you want to talk
We
about
can get
Josh Allen
into it.
now? You didn't want to wait. Oh, Josh
We can get into
Allen.
Josh Allen now.
Oh, Josh Allen. I've had it up to here with you, Mr. Allen. Step into my office. Let's have a conversation. Mr. Allen, you, my friend, are the most overrated quarterback that I have seen in the past 7 years. Mr. Allen, every time you get to the big game, you don't play good. You don't close out the game. This year, you had no Joe Burrow in front of you, no Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson. You barely beat Trevor Lawrence, and you didn't beat the Broncos. I watched ESPN defend your name like you were Jesus Christ. They defended you when you had 4 of your team's 5 turnovers. And I watched people say up there on ESPN and all across news networks, sports news network, whatever, that the game was not your fault. Mr. Allen, you threw the pick at the end of the game. Mr. Allen, you fumbled twice. You also threw another pick after your Bills defensive tackle got an interception. You threw an interception right after that, the exact play after that. I am tired of the media and I am tired of people defending Josh Allen because if Lamar Jackson were to do that, y'all would be on Lamar's head. If Mahomes did it, y'all would even be on his head. And they love Mahomes. If any quarterback did what Josh Allen did, they would be on his head. And I guarantee you, if Josh would have won, they'd have swiped his turnovers, left him off the ground. So what are y'all going to say about Josh Allen? Here goes the excuses. His offense, his receivers. Okay, that was never a problem until he loses. And that's the problem I have. Y'all don't complain about anything until he loses. When he's winning, he's just playing so good football. When he loses, it's, oh, now look at the team. I don't like that. Hold everybody accountable. Keep the same energy. He has James Cook. James Cook led the league in rushing touchdowns, I believe, this season, and rush yards. Last year, I believe he was also top 5 in the same category. He has a good running back and a good pass rush and a decent defense. But what are they going to do? When he's Superman and running around, throwing people off him, throwing the ball to 35-year-old Brandon Cooks and all this, they're just great players. But when they lose, now y'all want to talk bad about them. We have to hold these players accountable, each of the same. Like Jalen Hurts have done that. Y'all had said Jalen Hurts was the worst quarterback ever and threw him out the league. But no, let Brock Purdy did that, or Sam Darnold, or any of these quarterbacks in the playoffs still do that. Y'all would have went at their head. But Josh Allen must be all, and Mahomes are golden boys. I can't respect that. What I do respect is that he took ownership that the loss was on him. That's also that I don't like. How did the player that said the game was on him and showed true emotion and passion for the game, y'all are still trying to say it wasn't his fault? And this goes for Dan Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky sat up there on ESPN and said that Josh Allen threw the ball behind him. Like when you press L1. Matter of fact, I can show y'all vividly. Where's my controller? I'm gonna find my controller. He pressed L1 on his PlayStation controller and threw the ball backwards.
It's rare.
Right there. That's what he did. And Dan Orlovsky gonna say the lineman should have got the ball.
The lineman should have jumped on the ball. Josh Allen should have fumbled the ball. You got to break it down.
He threw 2 picks, one at the end of the game that is, you could say it's controversial. I think it's also controversial. But hey, it's the NFL. The refs have been getting shit wrong all year. You got to deal with it. You can't let the refs play the game in their favor. It's not gonna work.
Can't put in the refs' hands at that.
Nope, not this season. Not in recent seasons with the refs. Josh Allen 2 fumbles. But it's other players' faults. Yes, Keon Coleman did drop a touchdown, but he caught one earlier. Oh, but y'all don't care about that though. Y'all don't care about what he did. Y'all don't care about none of that. It's excuses for Josh Allen, and I'm sick and tired of it. Hold him to the same standard that y'all say he's so good at. He robbed Lamar Jackson for an MVP last year, and he shouldn't have beat him last year if Mark Andrews would have caught the ball. I'm tired of this Josh Allen talk. I don't even want to talk about the game. I don't care about the game. I care about the fact that y'all are defending this y'all golden boy and not giving him the fair treatment he deserves when he plays bad.
And that's the thing for the Bills. It's been like this for the last couple of years. They had to rely on Josh Allen to make these superhuman plays, but when Josh thinks he's Superman, he turns into Clark Kent, and you see it there. 4 turnovers in the game, 2 fumbles, 2 picks. And at some point, it does have to fall on Josh Allen's shoulders. He cannot be out here trying to make these amazing, crazy plays, running behind the line of scrimmage and doing crazy stuff like that. It just can't happen, and he can't keep doing it to succeed. And for the Broncos, shout out to the Broncos. The Broncos defense today, the Broncos defense when they played was not that great. They allowed 30 points. They allowed the game to go to overtime. It was a close game the entire time. And when you can't lean on your great defense, the offense had to step up. And that's one thing the Broncos did. The offense led by Bo Nix. They stepped up. And they kept on pace with the Bills. They kept on scoring. Bo Nix had a lot of in that overtime on that 3rd and 11 to put the Broncos in field position to kick the field goal to end the game. Had a nice completion on that play. But as you ride the high of making the AFC Championship game, got to come back to the low with Bo Nix. He's out for the season, broken his ankle, with Jarrett Stidham leading the Broncos now. But it was a great win by the Broncos, but question marks going on into the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. And on to the NFC games. We saw one absolute blowout. We saw one great game. We're going to get to that great game first because there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to Seahawks 49ers. But as for the Rams Bears, great game all around. I really liked it. So I'll hand over to you, Bryce, real quick.
I'm gonna be honest. I slept most of that game. I watched some of it. I was sleep through most of the game after the Patriots game.
I got you. Let's go through the stats for me real quick, Kit.
I go to stats for you. But before I do, there is one thing I do want to say. I want to give a shout out to Caleb Williams. Last year they tried to bash Caleb Williams after the season he had. They were not high on him. They gave him so much criticism yet for just being a rookie, and for him to come into the season, play the way he did, lead the Bears to the playoffs, and actually have success with the Bears that we haven't seen in years. The last time I remember the Bears having any type of success making the playoffs was the Cody Parkey year. And you're an Eagles fan. You know a lot about the Cody Parkey year.
Cody Parkey.
The last time I remember the Bears having some type of relevancy and success when it comes to the playoffs, and Caleb Williams did that. They've got a nice defense. Yeah, it was a little bit banged up. I like their defense. This offense with Ben Johnson, it looks great. Caleb Williams looks great. Now, that throw that he had, I think it was before overtime
We're gonna
where
gonna
he
break it
ran
down
30, 40 yards
to
and
tie
just
the game
whipped
up.
it in the air to a wide open Cole Kmet. That might have been one of the greatest throws I have ever seen in history. I'm sorry, in history. That was one
In
of the greatest
history.
throws I've ever seen in history. Let's get
And
to the stats.
by the stats for that throw, it was the longest throw ever completed in the red zone with like 51 air yards. And it was what else was it? It was the farthest throw behind the line of scrimmage in the next gen stats era to be completed. And the platform he threw it off, it was like he was fading away when he threw the ball. There was
He's
no
running
power under. He's
backwards,
running backwards, fading
defenders
away,
in his
throwing the ball
face. Kobe BB faded away over everybody.
over
Just
everybody, straight into the hands of right into the hands of Cole Kmet. And that showcases the talent of Caleb Williams. And we're gonna get into him later, but let's read off these stats real quick for this game.
let's go to the stat. Caleb Williams was 23 for 42, 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Um, with his leading targets being close to leveling with 4 receptions, 56 yards, and DJ Moore with 5 receptions and 42 yards. But all the other receivers stepped it up. Everybody had over 20 yards. Everybody stepped up. And then when we go to the Rams side, Matthew Stafford was 20 for 42, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. We have Kyron Williams had 21 carries, had a big factor in that game. 21 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Um, I believe Puka Nakul and Cody Parkinson split with 56 yards. Parkinson having 3 receptions, Puka having 56. Like I said, I'm gonna let you talk more about this game because I
Mm.
didn't watch it, so I'm gonna let you handle this game.
And we're gonna break down for the Bears. It just comes out into them being the less experienced team compared to the Rams. It was a great game throughout the entire game. It was close the entire game. Defense was stepping up, and as for the Rams, there are going to be questions about Sean McVay this game. His game management this game was questionable. Running the ball late in the game, not trying to go for it, not trying to go for the kill against the Bears in the fourth quarter, allowing that amazing touchdown pass by Caleb Williams to even happen. It's questionable, and that's the thing. The experience of the team, the Matt Stafford not making any mistakes, not turning the ball over, being smart with the football, making good throws. That was the saving grace of this Rams offense, and the Rams defense really stepped up when it mattered in overtime with the pick. And over to the Bears, that's like I said, you're the less experienced team, but there was a lot of promise for this Bears team. And I want to start off with DJ Moore. DJ Moore, you probably will not be a Bear next year. And I hate to say it, you cannot in overtime of a playoff game, you cannot jog your route and allow Caleb Williams to have confidence in you to throw you the ball, and then it turns into a pick because you're not running your route. And that's what the game boiled down to. They got the turnover in overtime. That's how the Rams was able to kick field goal. But for the Bears, there's a great look on the future. You have amazing weapons. You have DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, I'm not even gonna say Luther Burden, Colston Loveland. You have a top five O line in the NFL. There's a lot to look forward for Bears fans. Listen, this is only the first step, and you have one of the best head coaches in the league in Ben Johnson. The Bears, they can hang their hats on this playoff run because end of the day, it was believed they're not supposed to be here, but guess what? They showed up and they provided some great football throughout the year. And for the Rams, there's going to have to be a lot of stuff fixed up in the coaching in the game planning. Sean McVay is going to look himself in the mirror and say, "What type of coach I am? Am I man or am I mouse? Am I going to rise to the occasion or I cower in fear when it comes?" And he could not continue to cower in fear and not take risk for being as good as a offensive mind, offensive play caller as he is. For the Rams, they're going to have to look in the mirror because they have a tough, tough, tough opponent in the Seahawks coming in next week, and we just seen what they did to one of their divisional opponents. Rams, look yourself in the mirror, see what team you're on. You're the most experienced team in this playoff left. So for the Rams, you're gonna have to make some happen in the NFC Championship game to win because for the Seahawks, 41-6.
Yeah, I watched this
Uh,
game. I tell you
yeah,
this, I watched the wrong game.
yeah,
I should have paid attention to the Rams game, but not this one.
yeah.
Uh,
Seahawks won 41-6, and just not much to say. Then it's gonna be tough to beat the Seahawks team rest of the playoffs. It's gonna be really 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 tough because they showcased what they do at their peak of their talents. The offense, even at that, the offense was not at the level that it was not at its peak, but it was still good enough to win them the game, and they won and they put up 41 points. So listen, it showcase how good that defense is, allowing only 6 points to the Niners. And yeah, man, we're going to get in deeper analysis. Take it to the stats real quick, Bryce.
Let's start with the Seahawks. Sam Darnold,
with a hurt quarterback too. With a hurt quarterback.
a quarterback that did hasn't that the game was on Sunday. He didn't throw since
So,
Thursday. So from
mhm.
Thursday to Sunday, he didn't throw a football. He threw it before the game. That was his only time to throw and really get his arm ready for the game. Sam Darnold was 12 for 17, 124 yards, one touchdown. Kenneth Walker having a huge game of 19 carries, 116
Factor.
yards, three touchdowns. Cooper Kupp with 5 receptions, leading his team in yards and receptions, 5 receptions, 60 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba with 3 receptions and 19 yards and a touchdown. And then we'll go to the Niners. Brock Purdy, 15 for 27, 140 yards, one interception, sacked twice. Christian McCaffrey, 11 carries for 35 yards. And
That's really
I
about
believe
it.
Jake Tongas, I believe I said his name right. He led the Niners in receiving with 5 receptions for 59 yards. And when I look at this game, I look at these stats. The main thing I have to say is the Niners defense. When I said about the Texans, I said their D line is what really stands out, and their corners just do what they must. The Seahawks, every part of that team is great from
Every single
every
part.
level, from all three levels. When it comes down to the defensive line, the linebackers, the corners, everything, it's great. I watched Sam Darnold throw 17 passes, throw one touchdown. Mind you, his top two receiver in the NFL had 3 receptions and 19 yards, and he still won the game. Kenneth Walker had arguably the game of his life with 19 carries and 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. When you don't have to throw your top two receiver the ball every play for you to win games and do it this
And by that
dominantly,
margin,
that is very scary. We talk about game managers, game changers, things of that nature. Sam Darnold, all he got to do is manage the game, play
all you gotta
solid
do man the
football,
game.
and not turn the ball over. And these guys can win games. These guys can go all the way because of how good their defense is and how expandable their offense is. Now, the running back Zach, he's gonna be out, and that's gonna be huge
Zach
because
Charbonnet will be out.
that's gonna be huge because him and Kevin Walker, they kind of share carries. They like to use
Hmm.
them both in the pass game and run game, so that's gonna be huge for them. But I think Seattle will figure it out.
I think they showed they were more than fine without Zach Charbonnet. They still need that second back to take off the workload, but I love that Kenneth Walker finally got a shot to show himself as a lead back this season because we've seen what happened: 3 touchdowns, 100 plus yards, absolute domination. And when the running game can go that well for the Seahawks, listen, the sky's the limit. And I just want to highlight this defense. I want to highlight a couple players on this defense, all at 3 levels. I want to start the D line. They're going to go back to their 2023 first round pick, Byron Murphy. When I tell you
Yes.
he does not get talked about enough, he plays next to Leonard Williams. And Leonard Williams is going to get all the praise. He's a big name. But Byron Murphy II, maybe one of the best D tackles in the league. His ability to disrupt the run and push the pocket back and disrupt the passer, the quarterback is one of the best. Is one of the best in the league. Ernest Jones, they got him from the Rams. He played for Tennessee before. One of the best coverage linebackers in the league. When I tell you can shut down the middle of the field, one of the best at shutting down the middle of the field. He fits the run very well. And the most underappreciated part of this defense, I think, is their rookie safety, Nick and Moray. When I tell you, you can play this man anywhere. This man could play edge rusher if he wanted to. He could go on the edge and rush a passer, but you can play him in the slot. You can play him as an outside corner. You can play him as a box safety. You can play as a linebacker. You can play him as that roaming middle free safety. He can do everything on the field, and that was the integral. I think that's been their integral piece on the defense this entire year. Nothing emphasizes this unit more than Nick and Memori. And that's the thing. You don't see these flashy names. You don't see these flashy names around the Seahawks defense. So the biggest name you're probably going to get on that defense is, like I said, Leonard Williams and the Marcus Lawrence. Those are probably two biggest names. But it's such a well coached unit. They all know their assignments. They all fly to the ball. And like it was shown in this game, fourth down, it was 3 and outs, fourth down stops, just not allowing the Niners to have any joy on the offensive side of the ball outside of 2 field goals, and that really showed. So this defense is second coming Legion of Boom, I would say. They are going to be. It's going to be really hard to be able to put points up on this Seahawks defense. And on the offense, when you're like Bryce said, when your top 2 receiver in the league only has 19 yards for 3 catches and you win the game 41-6, it's gonna be a great day at office, and it's gonna be hard to see the Seahawks team losing out for the rest of the playoffs. They are my favorite to win the Super Bowl, and yeah,
Now, I will say this: I don't think they're going to put up 40 again. The
No.
Niners defense was very banged up. Like
Mm,
I don't think that's happening again. I don't
mm,
think so. But I do think that this could carry on if they play good, great mistake. Like it's very easy to say play mistake-free football and harder to go do it. But it's
mm,
easy for us to say go play mistake-free football. But it's really the case. If you go in there, like he only threw the ball 17 times and won the game. I doubt he's gonna only throw it 17 times against the Rams. He'll probably throw it in the mid-20s. He probably might have to. We don't know.
mm.
But you've seen the Rams defense. It's good, but it isn't great. And as I'm talking about this, we might as well just go into our next topic: championship games, the NFC Championship, AFC Championship this Sunday.
Mm,
Let's get into the let's just talk about the Rams game first. So back to what I was saying. I think the Rams defense isn't the greatest, but it's not bad, and they do
not
their
bad.
job. I think they're gonna have to do a lot to stop the run game and going to have to stop the passing attack because Sam Darnold has a bunch of guys and Rashid and Cooper Cup who woke up. Cooper Cup woke up.
The wake. He's on the team. I didn't
Wait,
think he
he's
was on the
awake.
team. Yeah.
And JSN, like those guys, JSN is capable of getting off in any moment of time. So it's like you gotta pick your battles. Now on the Rams side, Matthew Stafford, he done been here before. He got a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford done did this before.
Mm,
So for Stafford, you already know what your game plan is. Your running backs is playing good. You got a good old line. Your receiving core is good. You done got guys that's been here before. Puka Nacua is a stud. His everything he does at the top of the route is amazing. He's able to catch the ball, take it for 20 extra yards. He take a five out slant, take that all the way for about 20, 30 yards. That it's amazing. Devonta Adams, that's my dog. He ain't washed yet. He can still go out there, get a nice little deep ball, still go make contested catches. He's a red zone threat. It's for the Rams this season. You got the great tight ends. You got Kyron Williams, the running backs. Rely on your offense. Matthew Stafford, you have a tendency to throw interceptions a lot. You have seen it, maybe not a lot, but you've thrown a lot of
we've
interceptions
seen it
at times
happen.
that you
We have seen
shouldn't
it
be
happen.
throwing
Yeah.
interceptions. Play clean football. Do what you got to do. Honestly, I think the Rams are going to win this game. I trust them to win this game because of who their quarterback is.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Darnold, honestly, I say this, I don't think Sam Darnold's that good. I think he's just a decent quarterback playing for a great team. And I think if you can get the Sam Darnold to rattle him just a little bit, I think this game is in wraps. And I think if the Rams can do that, and Matthew Stafford just plays the Matthew Stafford football we've seen, and as you like to call it, the Puka Nacua football that you like
Puka
to talk
Nacua
about,
football. Love
if you
Puka
play
Nacua
that type of
football.
football, I think the Rams can arguably win this game by about, I say 6 to 12 points.
And as we've seen for these Seahawks Rams matchups, we've seen it two times before. One of them in the potential game of the year, ending 38-37, fireworks in that game. And then earlier in the season, the Rams won. So it is anybody's game. These are two teams that have two games of film on each other. It's gonna be one of those great matchups. And for the Seahawks, as we said, it's hard to play a team three times and beat them most of the time. It is super hard in the league, and especially now in the NFC Championship game. But the keys for the Seahawks: keep Sam Darnold clean because we've seen what happens against the same Rams team when they played the when Sam Darnold was on the Vikings last year and he played the Rams. They were able to get pressure on Sam Darnold. That great Vikings offense shut down. And that is one of the keys for the Seahawks. Make sure you keep Sam Darnold clean. Make sure he's able to have time to get his passes off. Because as we said, all Sam Darnold has to do is play good enough football. No turnovers, no mistakes. Do not take dumb snacks. Do not take dumb sacks. Those are the three keys of the game for Sam Darnold and that offense. Just play your brand of football. And for the defense, you have to lean on that defense. Because if you're able to play mistake-free football on the offense side of the ball, the defense, we've seen them step up. We've seen them allow 6 points. We've seen them be this great defensive unit throughout the year. But here's the thing. We've seen the Rams put up 37 points on this unit. So I think the Seahawks defense, they have to make adjustments from that game. We saw Puka Nacua go absolutely crazy that game with total receptions for like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. We have to key on Puka Nacua, make sure he is eliminated, make sure he's virtually eliminated from the game because we've seen what he can do for the Seahawks defense. And for the Seahawks defense, you just have to be able to step up to the moment and stop this veteran quarterback who's been in these moments before. We've seen him lead the Rams to a Super Bowl. We've seen this entire team lead the go to the Super Bowl before. It's just you have to lean on the defense. Defense has to step up, make good plays for the Seahawks for them to win this game. And I do believe the Seahawks will win this game. We got different opinions, but I do believe the Seahawks will win this game because that defense, I think, it is one of the best in the league. And if Sam Darnold can play mistake-free football, all he has to do for the Seahawks to win this game. But for the Rams, I just need songs. You cannot play the same brand of football you played against the Bears. You cannot be cannot be mouse in situations like this. You cannot be mouse because the Seahawks will take advantage of that. It's something that's changed for the Rams coaching, and yeah.
Yeah, I think everything you're saying is 100% correct. I think it's going to be the better of the game, the
Mm.
championship games. Our game for my Patriots. This this is us talking right here. Let me put my jacket on. This is us talking right here. This is us talking because this is me talking to y'all right here. Listen. Lean on your morals. Play your football. We have led the playoffs this year, and I believe in sacks. And I believe maybe we're top 2 in turnovers. I could be wrong. And pressures. Lean on your morals and your defense. Do that. We are playing Jared Stidham. I'd be damned if we let Jared Stidham take our playoff hopes. Listen to me, Patriot Nation. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is me. I am your own blood. This is me talking. At the beginning of the year, they said we weren't going to make the playoffs. We made the playoffs. They said our schedule was easy. They said our schedule was easy to start the year off, but we still made it. If we wouldn't have made it, they wouldn't have cared. They said Stephon Diggs was coming off injury. He wouldn't be good. He got 1,000 yards. They said Drake wasn't going to be that good this season. They didn't know what he was going to do. 4,000 yards. I believe it was 4,000. They said, "Oh, the defense wouldn't be that good because a year ago we were like dead last." You've got a top 10 defense in the NFL. They said, "Oh, the running back situation because this year started off, our running backs wasn't playing that good. We had a bunch of fumbling from Antonio Gibson, Ramondre, Travion came in and Ramondre stepped up. Now we're playing good football." Lean on the hate. They don't like us because they want to be like us. They don't. The world don't like us because we were so good for so long. They said all we could do was win with Brady. Drake, you have a chance to do something that no one has done in Patriots history because we have Brady. Go in there, win this game, and take us to the Super Bowl. They didn't think we were gonna make it this far. I damn sure didn't think we was gonna make it this far. I just wanted us to make the playoffs. We're way ahead of schedule on this rebuild. And let's get on this rocket ship. Let's ride to the moon. And by the time we get to the moon, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We can win this game. The run game, it got to be strong. We got to get the run game going. Drake, you got to hold on to the ball. Can't make mistakes. And just play the football that you know how to play, man. And we'll be all right. And for Denver,
For the Broncos, defense. This is probably it's gonna be pretty much same as the Seahawks, but emphasize more. This Broncos defense was one of the best in the league for a reason. They have to show up in this game because if they do not show up, how much trust do you have in Jared Stidham to lead your team to a win if it becomes a shootout? And you want to keep him off the honestly, you want to keep him off the field as much as possible because honestly, none of us know what Jared Stidham has. We haven't seen him play since the preseason. We haven't seen him play real NFL starting quarterback football since 2020, since he played for the Patriots. You have to lean on your defense hard. Lean on that D line. Lean on that D line. Lean on that secondary. And that's the key to the game for the Broncos. They have to play great defense. They have to limit the scoring to the Patriots, give their offense a chance in this game. That offense is it's not a good offense, it's not a bad offense. It is a very okay offense. They can put up points when needed, but this game it is essential that this defense steps up to this moment and limits the Patriots' chances at scoring so they can give their offense a chance. So
there's a friend of mine, a friend of ours likes to say, lean on the running backs. He likes to say, lean on them.
Lean on
Lean
them.
on them.
RJ
Lean on them.
Harvey, RJ Harvey will have to step up.
I got one thing. I got one more person I got to shout out. Mr. Diggs himself. Listen, I'm your biggest fan. There's a lot going on with you, the media. Listen, I ain't worried about none of that. I ain't worried about none of that what's going on in the media. You the man. Go out there, do what you got to do, get the job done, and tell everybody to shut up and silence these haters, man. We back. Patriot Nation, we back, man. Patriot Nation, stand up, man. We back, man. They ain't think we was gonna get this far, man. And they gonna hate on us. And you know what's funny that I found out? If we are to win a Super Bowl this year, we will unbreak our tie with the Steelers for most Super Bowls, and we will officially achieve NFL greatness, and we will be crowned, even though we already are, in my opinion. We will be undisputedly crowned the greatest franchise in sports. Maybe, yeah, no, I'm saying it. In sports. We will have ultimate greatness. Immortality, football immortality. Robert Kraft will go down as the greatest owner ever, if not already. Go Patriots.
So Pats.
That's my pep talk to the Patriots.
We already know your pick for this game, and quite frankly, I'm gonna have to agree. I don't know if I have much confidence in Jarrett Stidham, and but it could be a good game if the Broncos defense shows up. It's going to be a good game, but sadly, I'm gonna have to pick the Patriots in this game.
You come on, baby. You
I have to pick the
you
Pats.
you see it. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. You see what this is right here? That's all the hats we have. That's all the hats. My YNs like to use that word. My YNs go take a life. They call it hats. That's how many
No,
hats we
bro.
got. We got all these hats right here on my sleeve. Hats. That's
I
what
do
we got right
believe,
there.
yeah, we do
We
believe
we we
Pats going to
we
win that game.
this is what we do. We walk into the trap, they take over that trap. We
Take
stand
over
on a
the
block,
trap.
we stand on that block. We on that block all day, baby. We on the block all day, baby. Okay, so one of our last topics, we want to get into some coaching hires. There's been a lot of coaching moves and hires recently. Elijah, I'll let you to do the honors for the hirings and firings and whatnot.
Mm.
We're gonna go through our favorites to least favorites.
All right. There was a lot of head coaching openings in this league the last.
Open head coach positions in NFL. There are 10 open head coach positions in NFL, and there's a lot of candidates that are going to be considered for this. But we're going to talk about the three main hirings. We're going to get into some of the firings and some of the candidates that these teams should get. First off, John Harbaugh to the Giants. It's a good move to get a nice established NFL head coach who will help build up this young team with Jackson Dart at the helm, with promising young players, with Abdul Carter, with these this promising young team. My question is that you still have Joe Shane, whatever dude. You have to still have Joe Shane running the show as GM, and he's been one of the worst GMs in the league. So we're gonna see what happens there. But John Harbaugh, it's not a bad hiring for the Giants. Get a nice established head coach, and he was fired from obviously the Ravens after 18 years for the Falcons. This is a hire I really like. The Falcons get Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Michael Penix potentially playing quarterback next year, Kyle Pitts potentially coming back. There are a lot of great weapons here for Kevin Stefanski to work with, and it could be this is maybe my favorite hiring so far of the cycle because I promise you, this Falcons offense, we're going to see maybe the full potential of this Falcons offense. And as for the last hiring that we got for Robert Salah to the Titans, we've seen this. I feel like we've seen this exact same story play out with the Jets when he went to the Jets and Zach Wilson was the starting quarterback and the defense was pretty decent comparative to the offense. And I feel like this is going to be the same situation there where we're going to see a great defense from the Titans. The defense will obviously be elevated by Robert Saleh being the head coach, but my questions come to offense. If there's good offensive investment into the Titans, I would be willing to give Robert Saleh a second chance. But right now, based off what we had and the sample size we got with the Jets, I'm not too sure he will have success with Cam Ward and the Titans. But what I do like is that nice rivalry that the Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen of the Jaguars have. I like that in the future. And as for this team, I got up in the background this great franchise, amazing franchise. I don't know what we're doing. Mike McDaniel just recently, or not even like 10 minutes ago, was just hired as a Chargers offensive coordinator. That was probably my number one pick for OC if I had to choose one. Kevin Stefanski is in Atlanta, and we don't have a lot of options. Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator for Baltimore, he's going to the Giants to join John Harbaugh and his staff. And there are only really two candidates that are left to where, no, I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three candidates. There are three candidates that I like for the OC job, and that is Brian Dable. He's had 13 plus years as a offensive coordinator calling plays, and he has good offensive schemes. We have who else? Who else I want to say? We have Nate Shallahassee. He's the passing game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, and as we all know, Sean McVay, one of the best offensive lines. He already has produced two good NFL head coaches, and Matt LaFleur of the Packers and Kevin O'Connell of the Vikings, and they, in their own right, have been good offensive play callers in this league. And I think Nate Shallahassee is the next one from that Sean McVay tree to branch out and get him a OC job or even a head coaching job in the future. And the last one is a curveball. Is Charlie Weiss Jr. from Ole Miss. And there's a big jump from the college game in the way that is played and that is called to the NFL. But I believe Charlie Weiss, he's shown he has the goods as a play caller because especially this season with Trinidad Chambliss at quarterback at Ole Miss, they've shown that he can do more than just the regular college RPO screen game, quick little short games to have your playmakers get the ball, make fields up the make plays up the field. And he's shown that he can draw up those concepts, those NFL like type concepts of having a quarterback go throw across the middle of the field, having good route concepts involved in that. And I do believe that is a surprise hiring. That's probably the least likely to happen. But if it did happen and you heard the name Charlie Weiss, haven't heard the name Charlie Weiss, don't be afraid. He's a great play caller. And for other teams that still need head coaches, the Bills are looking for a head coach. My pick for them would probably be Brian Dable. He has familiarity in Buffalo. He was their offensive coordinator when Josh Allen first started off, helped develop Josh Allen into the quarterback he is today. And for other teams outside of the head coaches that were already hired and the potential offensive coordinators, the coordinators that could turn into head coaches that were hired, there's not a lot out there to where I'm very strikes confident me as a NFL team where I'm going out there and I'm hiring one of these guys because a lot of them either one don't call plays themselves as the offensive coordinators or they're just inexperienced. Like Nate Shallahassy, as I said before, he was getting head coach shouts and he's the passing game coordinator. That's a big jump to go from a passing game coordinator to a NFL head coach. So right now it's a big time in the NFL offseason right now. There's as I said, there are 10 openings at head coach and it's gonna be a lot of change this offseason.
I agree 100%. Really for me, I've really got two things about these coaching hirings is well, yeah, just two things. One, my favorite is Harbaugh to the Giants. I personally believe and think that the Giants with Harbaugh can do some pretty good things. I mean, you have Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, Malik Neighbors. I believe his name is Wandale Robinson. He played outstanding this year. Just him played outstanding. I think him and Malik will be pretty good together next season. I like the development of Jackson Dart. I hope they can keep Jameis as a great mentor for him. I think Jameis is a great mentor for him. I think the Giants, their defense, their front four is great. If they can keep Brian Burns, Lawrence, all of them, like them guys long term, I think they can be great. Abdul was a stud. I believe he was a stud in his rookie year. Had a kid for rookie of the year this year. I think he's going to be a stud in this league. I think they keep those core guys, they'll be great. And I think with John Harbaugh has the experience, has the people to be able to get this job done. My least favorite hiring is the terrorist Kevin Stefanski. I feel like he's gonna just ruin Michael Penix, and it's full hate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna be logical. He tried to destroy my man Shador, but at the end of the day, the risk always gonna shine. So yeah, that's really how I feel about the coaches. And yeah, that's
Anything
really
else?
it
That's
for
really
the.
it.
That's really it for today's episode.
We'll be back with Super Bowl picks. Listen, this is a promise to the fans.
Tuesday.
We will be back before the Super Bowl to get y'all picks.
Tuesday.
Any NFL landscape updates, head coach hirings, anything like that. We'll be back with the NBA content. We'll be talking about All-Star Weekend, halfway thoughts about the NBA. We will be there for that. And yeah, man.
Shout out Indiana. Shout out Fernando Menbola.
Fernando
Menboza. Shout out Menboza for getting the job done. You the man. You the man, 100 grand. You the man, 100 grand. Shout out him.
Carson Beck, go get your truck driving license. You're gonna be driving.
Carson Beck, go get your education. You've been in college football longer than I've been in high school. I just got out. You's a bum. Get out of here. Go get a real job. Go to Amazon. You bum. You bum. No. He been in college football longer. Bro, he been playing football in college longer than I was in high school. Get him out of here. He's supposed to do his 4 years. He did more than 4 years. He graduated a year ago. They asked Carson Beck.
Oh, we gotta break it down.
They asked Carson Beck. What class are you taking? He said, I don't take any.
I don't take any. I've been out of school. I graduated 2 years ago from Georgia. It's time to go, young man. Listen, if you get drafted, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. But we're gonna bring up a fact real quick. We're gonna end it off. Malachi Tony, the standout freshman wide receiver from Miami, was 11 years old when Carson Beck was first recruited by Georgia and signed.
Malachi Tony is the same age as me. Me and Malachi Tony are the same age.
I'll break it down.
We are the same age.
Same age when Carson Beck hit actually winning college football. So that's enough. Shout Indiana. They're gonna be great for years to come. Shout Kurt Signetti. Listen, bro, you're a great guy, Kurt Signetti. Shout Fernando Mendoza. You're a great guy. You're going to do great things for the Raiders. I hope they don't ruin you. And yeah, man, that's about it. It's been a playbook pod. My man's Bryce. Y'all know me. It's Eli. Y'all be great, man.